Hello everyone. Today we're gonna talk about league challenges. I'm gonna have the best player I know in the chat, so you're gonna get some higher quality information than usual. So everybody, welcome here, 2900. What's your score? 2900 in
Hello,
the
hello.
hi.
Uh, my score is currently 1.2 million in League Challenge.
Nice. Okay, so
Getting
you're
there, getting there.
one of the probably like 10 at least highest scores. Yes.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, I'm not doing too bad.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about each individual challenge, teams for everyone, recommendations for the highest level, but also for mid-game players that may not have everything available. So first challenge, there are three requirements. It's area of effect, burn, and back row characters. But I think we need to touch first on a character that really makes everyone go do a double score, basically. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, who is this character, and what is the level that somebody may need them to work optimally?
I mean, I wouldn't say there's like any optimal level, especially right now with Guy Garner being out. Um, AoE bracket can be pretty tricky since you don't have like any particular like buffs and everything.
Mm.
It's the bracket that's gonna have the lowest score in the end game. But
Yes.
I mean, there's always like the safe option with going, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, Constantine.
Hmm.
Like you can go wrong with those.
Yes. So, a with area of effect, I mean, you want to use all those three characters, right? And
Yeah, yeah, of
then
course.
you want to have two tanks with them, or someone like Zatanna to help with survivability. What's better?
I personally don't really like running tanks as a whole.
Hmm.
Like maybe one max
Yes.
if I have to. But if I can avoid running tanks at all, I will. Especially once again right now with Guy Gardner, he's pretty much being my main tank. He
Yes.
just carries through challenge one entirely.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if it's ever gonna get nerfed, but for now, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the best option in general to perform well in challenge one.
Hmm. Yeah, just a few things about Guy Gardner. So everyone that maybe that hasn't used him know if it's the correct build for you. So Guy, let me show him in game. So when he gets at rank 7, his advanced attack, it kills someone and then he does it again. So the way this plays out, I'm gonna very quickly showcase it as we're talking, is he kills basically the first like 10 waves or something. So what he does here is he is gonna start using his advanced attack, and when he kills someone, he keeps going using it until someone stays alive. Then you can use his ultimate, because if his ultimate still kill someone, he does his advanced attack again. So if you have a guy at the level where he's at least rank 7, it's highly recommended you try him at the first challenge. And if people have his power gauntlet, his artifact at rank 3, it gives him damage amplification. And this is busted. If many people that have him at rank 3 say that they went from, let's say, 190,000 score to 350 or 400. What I think how it works is because it says shield applied by the bearer also grant 10% damage amplification for 2 turns. He gives many shields to himself every time he attacks, so maybe they add up and he ends up doing lots and lots of damage, and you can really just sim it and have a score like how much is your score with Guy and without before.
Uh, Before Guy, I was averaging around what 220, 230
Yes.
max. And with Guy now, I also got the gauntlet, by the way. I
Yes.
think it's important to mention it since it's pretty
Mhm.
much the artifact that's carrying him a lot.
Yes. And
Um,
at
I'm
rank
I'm
3, at
at
rank
four,
1, it doesn't do too much. It may
yeah,
still be the best
I'm at
at the team,
450K,
but at
dude.
rank 3, it really ramps up the damage like crazy. Almost double scores. Yeah, so now you're doing like 450k.
Yeah, 450K on challenge
And
mode.
Guy is basically a flexible character that you can use in all three uh, requirements. Just as an extra character, you even throw him in the front row as a tank because he gets many lots of shield, and he carries basically this section, this challenge just by having his artifact at rank 3. So you need to have him at least at rank 8 so he can get artifacts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and pretty much need the gauntlet at rank 3. And beside it, I mean, it's pretty free after that.
yeah.
Like, Guy shouldn't even die because of how many shield he has with the damage,
Mhm.
mitigation, and everything.
And you recommend we
It's
have
just
him
super
in the
good.
front row as the main tank.
What'd you say?
You recommend we have him in the front row as the main tank
The
guy.
front row?
Yeah, he's
Oh
a,
yeah,
he's the main tank. He's
he's
not
my
in the
he's
back
my main
row.
tank. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Uh,
front row. Yeah.
so while I have a guy at rank 9 and I'm moving gear around, giving him from Wonder Woman or from a John Constantine, where I have investment in, and I have his gauntlet. I still do like 190k because I don't have his gauntlet rank 3. So he may help some people in the situation that he compares with me in damage with like characters that are rank 10 that have a more their budgets maxed out and they gear with um their uh, how's it called, the signatures, so they have extra stats. So if someone has guy at rank 8 and everyone at rank 8, probably guy is gonna do the job. But if you don't have his artifact yet at rank 3, then maybe it's still best you rely on the damage of other characters like Wonder Woman, like a Constantine that do an effect and kill everyone. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, like in the whether it's area of effect, the first requirement. Uh, do other characters that have this tag can help you do a bigger score? For example, original Superman or Flash.
I'm never been a fan of Flash in this game mode. I feel like is not as reliable as
Yeah.
fighting only one team where they don't respawn because of his advanced attack cooldown.
Hmm.
I mean, he can be pretty solid. I think I just haven't really took the time to try him out at
Yeah.
all.
But does it make sense
Superman
to add like
is
Superman and maybe Bane because you already have the area of effect tag?
Superman can be pretty solid, yeah,
Yeah.
especially because of his invuln.
And he's
He
in
can help him a lot.
two sections. He's in burn and in area of effect.
Yeah, because of his ult.
Yeah. And what would you? So let's try to make a team for area of effect, just to make it very like obvious what you people would use. So they go with Wonder Woman, John Constantine, Green Arrow, and his energy active because it also gives you extra stats there. If you have a guy that is at the level where he can help, you can have him as the main man. And then maybe Superman. Is that a strong team for area of effect for every level?
Mm,
Or
I
who
mean,
would you do? You can do someone else like a tank,
I really
like Lex, for example, or
Lex can be pretty good because of his shield. Yeah, his ult can be extremely useful, especially against the parademons.
yes. How much you go for burst damage and how much you go for survivability?
Can you repeat that, please?
Uh, you care also about having skills that help you survive and artifacts or not artifact, reinforcement that maybe help you survive to get to longer, take the much longer and kill
Uh,
everyone, or you just want to kill everyone quickly before they kill you.
it depends. So that's the issue with the AoE bracket, in my opinion. You can't really be going defensive because I mean everything's just nuking. So I feel like it's pretty limited on how far you can go in the long run because it's just gonna be, always the same since you don't have, defensive like buffs and everything. But I mean, reinforcement was, I mean, Throne is a must in my opinion
Mhm.
to, get your top DPS protected a minimum.
Yes.
Uh, and I feel like the rest are typically always gonna be like either offensive reinforcement, like Batmobile, Townie, or whatever.
Crypto now.
I'm not a fan of not a fan of I mean, I do my challenge in a auto, so I
Yes.
don't really like do it manually. So I like
Mhm.
having the offensive reinforcement to just clear waves in
Yes.
the early turns, one shot to save a turn.
Mhm. Who are the characters you would use in Burn? So it's Superboy for the uh, team synergy, and then the two Superman if you have them.
Yeah, Burn definitely gonna go with Superboy. I mean, he's pretty much carrying the team.
Mhm.
He's extremely strong, especially if you have high investment on his badge, which can be pretty costly, but yeah, I think it's well worth it, especially like
Mhm.
as a whole, he's a pretty good character.
And then it
I mean,
has value outside of just the league challenges. Yes. I see some people
what you say?
using them in arena against me.
I personally use him in Elite Arena.
Yes.
He does extremely well. I mean, the counter attack and everything is just
Mhm.
so good. He hurts a lot, especially with like a proper build, artifact and everything. It helps a lot.
Yeah. What I think is interesting with Superboy is when you have him at rank 10, his team synergy. Uh, for each burn detonation, it will lower the target's block rate by 12%. So it can be a way of killing those annoying block teams.
It surprisingly does better than I thought. I
Mhm.
know someone else in the league tried it as well, Blay.
Mhm.
He been playing around with him a lot. I tried him also in arena against block team. He does extremely well. Yeah,
Mhm. And you have a Superman DCU that can potentially nuke Nightwing.
yeah. I mean, not. I don't really. If we're talking challenge only, I don't really use Nightwing in challenge
No.
one. But yes, Superman DCU is extremely
Mhm.
good as well, especially with the recent buff he had.
Yeah. Could you use Bizarro instead of Superman if you don't have one of the two?
Uh, Bizarro. So I think of Bizarro more of a support
Yes.
than a tank
Mhm.
because he's pretty squishy and his passive just makes him take a lot of damage as well. So he's a solid option, but I wouldn't put him as a main tank like
Yes.
the two others.
But for people that are doing a lower difficulty, it just requires two burn characters, so you can get by with Superboy and one of the Superman. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely,
And,
absolutely. I mean, both Superman are extremely good for it because of their passive giving them invulnerability. I feel like the new one, the new Superman, is better at it
Mhm.
because he gets HP back every turn
Yeah.
based off scaling up the damage he took. So it can be pretty solid because he has self heal, so it's easier for him to stay alive than the other one. But
Yeah.
both are solid options.
But does the original Superman, because his ultimate hits everyone, help more with a challenge like this?
His ultimate? Which one? The
It's
Superman
the
issue or
Superman, the old
the
one
regular?
that is in the
The old
game
one.
since we started.
I'm not a fan of the old Superman,
Mhm.
old, because it gives physical damage reduction, which is kinda useless in my opinion, considering your Superboy is gonna be your top damage and his superpower. So I don't really see value in his ult,
Mhm.
as well as it doesn't do as much damage as you'd want to, because you kinda want Superboy to be the one ulting.
Yes. And you would do like Wonder Woman and Constantine with them, having them do their ultimates earlier.
It kinda depends. I like Zatanna a lot for
Mhm.
challenge one because of the frantic and all just the buffs in general that she gives is just extremely useful. But yeah, Wonder Woman and Constantine are both extremely good options, especially Constantine with his dispel
Mhm.
on
And
his
he has
ult.
the passive that he does an X attack that can kill half a wave, or it hits many
Yeah, I mean,
targets.
yeah, it's extremely good. That's why I really he's like one of my top option for this challenge for sure.
Mhm. So let me share what is my team for the back row challenge. So I was trying to do Robin Simpsonity because it gives extra stats, but you need to have a support to activate that. So
Yeah.
if you don't have a big guy, um, you basically have only one person in the team, like Wonder Woman, to clear waves. So what I was doing, instead of having a team with like a Penguin, Grodd, Zatanna, Robin, and Wonder Woman that I was trying, uh, I did put Ivy, that you can have a team synergy with her and Penguin, and that frees up
Hmm.
one more spot for Constantine. So that's a lot of a squeezier team. But if you play it manually and you are quick with your ultimates, you can get a higher score. Because you have Wonder Woman killing everyone, Constantine with both his ultimate and his passive to some degree, and then you have Ivy that can clear a back row. So changing this up allowed me to do like 50k higher than having a Robin in the team, but also sacrificing a spot
Yeah,
for
it's solid. It's solid.
yeah. But if you can throw Guy in there, he can really help you do a higher score if you have an investment with him. So that's the
Yeah,
main
obviously.
character uh, for that. And if you play it manually, it's also nice to have some reinforcement that hit multiple people, like a Batmobile, the Tiger to some degree, and Crypto. If you have him, they can, in some situations, help clear a wave and then survive to hit the next one when you have your ultimate ready. Let me touch the second challenge. So the second challenge would be Shield, single target burst, and debuffs. So here we have
Yes.
yeah, here we have also a fear that plays a role that if you land fear on the opponent, it will make you land more crits basically. But uh, what is really important to mention in the second challenge is that the SAT, when he gets a lot less power damage from superpower damage, so you need to hit him with physical damage. Who are the best physical attackers to do that?
Yes.
So Wonder Woman, Deathstroke, Batman.
I mean, those two are pretty much like the top option in my opinion. Like, there's For now, for the time being, I think there's not really any other option that are not gonna do better than the three of them. I mean, soon they're gonna drop the new season with Peacemaker. That
Yes.
might actually make a massive difference considering they're all like physical damage oriented.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to see how that
You think
goes.
they'll give them tags like sealed, single target, and debuffs, so you can use them easier?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good thing because I know most people are really struggling with Challenge 2. I think Challenge 2 is currently the most difficult challenge out of the three because of how, like, I mean, especially the shield racket, because, I mean, shield characters are pretty much super power damage, which is
Yes.
kind of useless.
Hmm.
So I think having more option as to having more physical character option is definitely gonna help everyone
Yeah.
getting a better score in
So
general.
even if you're doing sealed, it would be best to have two physical damage dealers in there, like Wonder Woman, and have them do their ultimates first. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you don't really want the superpowered DPS to do their ult at all if you can. Like, you really want your physical damage to just
Mhm.
pump the boss and pray.
Same as a debuff. Some people might have a Sinestro that is really strong, but not in this particular challenge.
Yeah, I mean, Sinestro can have its use in Challenge 2, in my opinion, because of his sphere,
Yes.
which can actually help somewhat a little bit. And his turn, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he also nukes turn meter.
When he does a fear,
Yes.
when he applies a
Yes,
fear, yeah,
exactly.
it reduces star meter from the opponents and he gains a little bit for himself.
Yeah.
But you would have someone like Batman, ideally in his emblem maxed out, that adds one stack of fear. I think it's one or
Hmm.
one, two, one for 2 turns, and have them do their ultimates first. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, and also see here, like uh, Raven is a superpower damage character. Grodd, Terrific. So you can use those characters, but you really want to have someone like Batman and Wonder Woman do their ultimates first, so you maximize the damage you can do in the opponent.
Yeah, exactly. I think Raven is also a pretty solid option
Hmm.
in general. I think a lot of people cannot last the full 15 turns in challenge unless they're in like the shell bracket. So
Yes.
I think Raven is a pretty solid option to get like revive off on the top DPS since it's typically gonna be the one to die first.
Yeah, yeah. And she can have both their single target challenge she can go into and the debuff. And you can also use someone like a support to help with survivability. For example, my main team in single target, I have three single target that you need to have. Batman is a big damage dealer. Red Hood is a physical damage dealer, and Nightwing that doesn't really do too much damage, but he's survivable. And then I have Wonder Woman and Zatanna, and Wonder Woman and Batman do most of the damage. Red Hood helps a bit with that, but you also stay alive. I found with Zatanna and the team.
Yeah. I think Nightwing has crazy damage potential if you have his badge at plus 30.
Yeah, I have it.
But outside of that, I don't think he's gonna be doing like, anything crazy beside tanking.
His passive, where he deals damage when getting hit, is super power damage, so it's a bit annoying in this specific situation.
Yeah.
His ultimate and his basic are physical, but and you also have Superman DCU in here, but also his ultimate is super power, so he's not as strong in these challenges.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. In Shield, I imagine everyone uses Lex. You also need his team synergy to get more stats. Uh, Guy can be an
Yeah.
option, but he's not really strong because he deals superpower damage. So I wouldn't prioritize his ultimate. And then I know many people are throwing elite tanks in there to have two more spots for DPS characters that deal more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you even though there are some nice characters in here like Green Lantern Hal, Doctor Fate, or Guy, and to a lesser degree Green Lantern Jessica, because they are super power damage dealers. Uh, You can throw them in there to fit a spot to have the requirement checked, but you wouldn't prioritize their ultimates. You would have someone like Wonder Woman, and some people have Deathstroke. If you have a very big Deathstroke, you can help you with that.
Batman is also, I mean, in my opinion, Batman is the best option, especially if you got him batch 30.
Mm-hmm.
He's just
And
banners
yeah,
fear on the boss, which is good.
he fits both debuffs and the single target.
Single target. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can also throw him in sealed. Like you have three sealed characters, Batman and Wonder Woman, and you can move gear from someone else if you don't have a high investment into Batman's gear, and have them go at it, right?
Yeah.
So if some people need to use only two characters because they're doing a lower difficulty, is it worth it? Because it gives you some stats that some people may think that gives you an extra 35 attack, defense, and health for every character that fills this requirement to be on your team. Uh, is it worth it to have more characters like that, or do you want to have more physical damage dealers?
I don't think it's worth it. I mean, in the first play, I feel like those bonus are bugged. Like I haven't
Yeah.
seen a single difference from,
Mhm.
using X synergy or having more characters on my board than not. So I wouldn't say it's recommended, depending on the bracket. Like single target, I mean, I guess you could easily work around that, for
Yeah,
example.
there are many single targets.
But beside that, I don't really think it's worth doing.
You can have Robin that is a physical damage dealer if you have investment with him.
What
Uh,
did you say?
you can have Robin also as a single target damage dealer if you have investment into him because he's physical.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it maybe not DCU Superman because he's superpower damage dealer.
I mean, his basic attack is physical, but beside that, yeah, it's pretty eh. It's
Yeah,
not the best.
and let's talk about the last challenge where the requirements change every week, right?
Yes.
It's either two sacrifice, one revive, and what's the last one?
Two
Uh,
block, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
block, yes. So what would the teams be in each situation? So just to mention,
uh,
here is the opposite as the second challenge, where you want to use superpower damage and not physical.
yes, yeah, absolutely.
So no Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
That's
she's pretty
probably
useless for this
most people's
challenge,
mistake here.
unfortunately.
That they are using Wonder Woman. They would be better off having a lower rank superpower damage dealer like Sinestro, like Constantine. So, for example, this week we have Pandora.
Yeah,
Synergy,
sacrifice that, yeah.
sacrifice. So you would throw Constantine with them because he's a very big superpower damage dealer that many people would have investment into. Sinestro. Raven is a must for the last challenge because he revives people and yeah, and superpower damage dealer. Uh, and Pandora's ultimate. can help with the damage because it's superpower. And Superman DCU is great in this challenge, right?
He's extremely good, yeah. Actually, game changer for C3, in my opinion.
Mhm. To what degree do you rely on his damage, or you just like him because he stays alive longer?
I mean, I feel like he has an overall extremely good value, especially now. I mean, he has the dampen from his advanced, which is already extremely good. They changed his ultimate a little bit now. It does more damage as well. He's actually doing extremely good damage against the final boss.
Hmm.
But I mean, just the fact that he's super tanky as well is pretty helpful. I mean, he can be pretty much a main tank,
Yeah.
and he'll be fine.
Otherwise, you do Lex as the main tank.
I typically the thing on C3 is I typically avoid using tanks as a whole, unless I have to, like with block the
Yeah,
block
yeah. Block, you
equipment.
would do like Nightwing and Ocean Master.
I mean, I personally do Blue Beetle and Ocean
Yeah.
Master,
Mm.
but I mean, if you don't have like Blue Beetle, of course you're gonna be using Nightwing.
Yeah. Blue Beetle also is superpower, so it might help a little bit. But it's
Yeah,
also have to take into account the size that you have them. So if you have them at the same size, yeah, Blue Beetle would be better. But if you had rank 7 Blue Beetle and rank 10 Nightwing, maybe Nightwing would be better because he wouldn't die that quickly.
yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, of
And he
course. I
can
mean,
help with the
it's better
damage
to stay
because
alive than.
when he gets hit, it's superpower damage, so it can add up a little bit on the final damage that you do.
Yeah,
A
I mean,
Yeah, I really want to recommend Sinestro for the last challenge because he works very well with Raven. Raven already is putting out many debuffs, and he's a superpower damage dealer that they can really help you do a bigger score in that. So Sinestro is usually a staple in the last challenge, yes?
absolutely. I mean, I don't think you're gonna get any better than Sinestro for Challenge Tree.
Mm,
He's the guy to have if you want an high score.
yeah. When I changed, I was running Wonder Woman because I didn't know that with superpower damage. And I changed my Wonder Woman is rank 10, max emblem at level 30, her artifact and everything. And I changed her with a rank 7 Sinestro and did like 50-60k higher damage.
That's great. That's really good. Yeah. I
Who
think
would be some other superpower damage dealers that you can throw in there? Maybe you don't have Sinestro.
I mean, always gonna be, of course, Constantine. There's gonna be Green Lantern, Al Jordan,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, way harder to get, but
Hmm.
if anything, I mean, he's a good option.
Yeah.
There's gonna be Superboy as well. Superboy
Yes.
does extremely well.
Hmm.
Who else?
Guy
I haven't
potentially.
tested Guy. I don't feel like Guy will be doing super good in my
Mhm.
opinion.
Guy to a big degree, his kit is like if he kills people, he keeps doing his advanced attack, and this works in the first challenge. But apart from that, he's not awesome everywhere else.
Yeah. He has
Well,
like pretty good he has super good like base damage with his
mhm,
basic attack and his ult. Like he does a pretty good chunk of damage, but his advance is pretty useless.
mhm. Uh, I see Ivy superpower that maybe some people would have
Ivy,
for the
yes.
back row. I know I was using her when the requirements were villain or whatever. I was using Ivy and she wasn't doing bad back in the when the requirements were villain, not now that they are like a block and yeah. What about reinforcements for the last challenge?
Reinforcement.
Yeah.
Never use Shrone, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Shrone is pretty much the most useless
Hmm.
reinforcement for this challenge. Um, you can definitely use now crypto
Yeah.
and all the crypto for like when the boss is way tankier to get that them dampen stacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I mean you can use the Green Lantern power battery, but even though I doubt um new players have it for now,
Yeah.
so maybe use the mirror can be pretty useful for healing your backline.
Hmm.
Use the Batmobile as well to drop the
Yeah.
boss bar at least once. I mean,
Um,
yeah, I don't think there's like really specific reinforcement option. I mean, they're all good in their own ways. For C3, it's just beside Throne, the rest is like does fairly well. Like this, there won't be a
mhm.
massive difference in general.
I was looking at them, and some are superpower damage and some are physical, so this makes a little bit of a difference. So, for
Yeah,
example, Batcycle is superpower that I wouldn't expect. Batmobile is physical, Tiger is physical, and Crypto is superpower. So maybe
yeah.
some of those are better in the third challenge and some in the second. Also, the first challenge I think that's at all. You They get more and more buffs. So to some degree, it would be helpful that to have some characters that will dispel them. Yes, like
On which
constantly
one?
in the first challenge.
First challenge, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why I really like Constantine. He's
Yeah.
just dispels everything.
Mhm. And his
I don't
passive
think that.
can has a chance of dispelling buffs.
Yeah, Zatanna also does pretty well at dispelling buffs. Her basic attack dispel and her ult does as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think anyone should really put priority on dispelling buff because I mean they're just
You
gonna be
just want to
back the
kill
moment
them
they
quickly.
respawn. It can be useful, but it's like it
Mm-hmm.
won't make much of a difference, in my opinion.
Yeah. Uh, is there any gear change that some people may want to do on some characters that they can really help them do a higher challenge, a higher score on those challenges? For example, Guy could be crit and damage. Yes.
I mean, I feel like most DPS for challenge in general are all gonna be for crit and 2 attack. It's like pretty standard. I personally, I'm not a fan of the attack set as a whole, so I don't not sure why people would do 4 attack and 2 crit instead of 4 crit and 2 attack. As for support, I mean, support is pretty standard. You can go speed depending on your support,
Mhm.
HP, crit as well, depending if it does damage or not.
Yeah.
And tank is depends on really what on you're playing.
One thing I want to mention because many people might not do that, and I know most people that do a high score are doing that. Is let take for example the first challenge, and you want to rely on Guy to do a big damage. Uh,
Hmm.
why not put Wonder Woman's gear on him, and if you don't have his artifact unlocked, put her artifact on him, and then try to do
Yeah,
a better score. Or for the
that's
last,
what I used to do.
yeah, or for the last, even the second one, because I'm not using Batman currently, let's say in Elite Arena. So, because the season was physical, you can move Wonder Woman, or I'm using Wonder Woman. You can move Constantine's gear on him. You can move his artifact, and then try to do a better score. Having because okay, you might lose like for elite arena for like 20 minutes if someone attacks you, but apart from that, it's better to do. It might help you do like a 10k bigger score in some situations, moving gear around. Takes
Yeah,
like a few
I mean,
seconds to do
I
that.
feel like if you're not swapping gear and artifact, I think you're pretty much throwing the challenge as a whole.
Mhm.
Like you have no reason not to optimize the comp you're gonna be using for challenge.
Also,
At least I think
something
that's
that
pretty much the
may
point.
sound very simple to some people. Why not
What'd you
go
say?
in the last day that you have some extra investment into your characters and whatever, and do all your challenges again, and just press skip battle like 10 times. Might get you a bigger score, like it's RNG based, and if you try to do that multiple times, you might get a lucky run and have like 50k higher score than before.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is with League Challenge. It's always a lot of RNG. You just spam skip it, and yeah,
Yeah.
you get a higher score.
So like let's say the first day that I'm doing a challenge, I would be moving gear around to have the strongest gear on the characters that I'm using, and then I would skip
Yes.
battle like 20 times until I get my best score. And then maybe the last day of the challenge, where um, you might have more investment in your characters, higher level and gear and whatever. Do that again. Move gear to your first challenge team. Skip it like 20 times. Maybe you get a higher score. Then you go to challenge 2. Move the gear from the challenge 1 to the challenge 2 team. Do the same thing. You might get like a 100k score between all of them higher because you did that. And if
Yeah.
you want to go into a higher league to have those nice rewards, uh, might be worth it to do like 50 runs so you can have a nice screenshot to share. Like, look at me, I'm doing the requirement that you asked for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty important as well to switch ult holder, ult holder,
To switch
especially
what?
on
Sorry.
tanks like legs. Um, because
That's
depending on RNG, your legs ult might do better in third position than
ah
second, for
yes.
example. That can make like a massive difference for, I mean, I wouldn't say no reason, but
Mm-hmm.
because of how RNG works and when he's gonna ult in the set rotation. So I think it's important to play around with it too, depending on your level.
Yes. A so let me give you like two, three, four teams to give me like an ultimate order, so people might get a better like sense of what you're talking about. So let's just say area of effect team. You have Wonder Woman. You have Constantine. He didn't move his gear, so it's very low now. Uh, Green Arrow, and you have like Zatanna and Lex. Lex, or let's say you also have Guy, because you
Yeah, guy instead of who.
uh, we can leave Zatanna in there. So
I mean, ideally, I'd leave Satan in there. Yeah.
yeah, so you have Guy in the front position. You have either Wonder Woman as a second tank or Zatanna to sacrifice her,
Hmm.
and then you would do Guy's ultimate first, or someone that is area of effect that you might have big investment into, like Wonder Woman.
Uh, I think. I mean, in a run like that with a comp like that, eh, I feel like Guy would be the best option first, since
Mhm.
I mean, when you really want to make like the most use of his ult
Yeah.
and his advanced attack. But after that, yeah, definitely put like either Wonder Woman or Constantine second.
Hmm.
Um, either Constantine or Wonder Woman again as third, then Green Arrow
And last Satan.
and Satan last. Yeah.
But let's say your guy is not very big. You might try doing like Wonder Woman and Constantine the first two positions, and
Yeah,
have guy as a
absolutely.
tank. Have him, maybe he clears the first wave, and then have him third to his ultimate.
I mean, yeah, that can definitely be pretty. I mean, it's always going to depend, on the investment you got on
Yeah.
set characters. Like, let's say you're a guy, you won't go far in clearing the waves. It definitely should be like at least like
Mhm.
third or fourth ult in the
Yeah.
order.
Or let's say we have Lex instead of guy. Then you do the
Mm,
first three area of effect characters based on the size that you have them. So first Wonder Woman, then Constantine, then Green Arrow, then Zatanna or Lex to protect them. You can try.
I feel like Lex.
Yeah.
Lex will be fourth, but he also could be second or third. It always
Mhm.
once again, it's always going to depend on your orange hair you need for
Yeah.
his ult. So you gotta try, try a few times your legs ult in like different
Mhm.
position and see how it goes, what
So
does better, and
as you're skipping battles, you do the comp like 5 times. Then you move Lex Ultimate to a different spot. Do it another 5 times. See which of the two you liked better, and try that more. Something like
yeah,
that. Right?
exactly.
Yeah. Let's go to the second. So um, let's create a, because I can show here what I have in my single target. Have Batman going first. He does massive damage, even though being he's bad at 25 and Wonder Woman 30. Then I have Wonder Woman. Uh, then I have Red Hood. Then Nightwing, because she's also physical and might help you in survival a bit more. And Zatanna
Yeah.
last. Uh, but let's make a debuff team. So we also have Sinestro in there, and we have Raven. So you can make a team like Raven, Sinestro, Wonder Woman, Batman, and then would you do Zatanna or like maybe a Groot to have a tank in there?
I think will be pretty good in challenge 2 because the boss does a lot of damage.
Okay, so let's say you have it like this. So you have the front row. Would you put Batman or you have a big Sinestro and you have the artifact that heals him a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
and he's
I
also superpower
me
that you can sacrifice him a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah. So you would have like Batman going first, his ultimate, then Wonder Woman, the two physical damage dealer that will do the biggest damage.
yeah.
Then Sinestro to add fears, Raven to add more fears, and Groot last. Something like this.
Um, what was your tank again? Is it Lex?
Groot, because he's bigger.
Grodd?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Groot is superpower
I
as
feel
the
like I
rest,
would.
but the other ones are putting fear at least.
I feel like I'd put Grodd in third, maybe fourth, because of his ult.
Yeah.
His ult nukes action bar a lot,
Yeah.
which can be what's if I'm not mistaken 60% if someone has more than four types of buff,
Mhm.
which is pretty easily achievable with a Raven and Batman.
Does this count for someone like this? That's one person, and it's not like front or back row. It does remove his action bar, yes.
Yes.
So you would have Groot doing being earlier, so you can take more turns.
Yeah. Maybe Sinestro after, then
Mhm.
finish up with Raven.
Yeah. And let's talk about the last challenge. So let's see that we have it now. We have Sinestro, we have Constantine, we have Raven, Pandora, and Superman DCU.
Yeah.
What's the ultimate order?
My old, I mean, I'm using the exact same comp this week. I do Sinestro first,
Yeah.
Constantine second,
Mhm.
Raven third,
Yes.
Pandora fourth, and Superman DCU fifth.
Yeah. But maybe you have a bigger Superman DCU than Pandora, and you try them the Superman before. Yes. Depends
Yeah.
on your roster.
I mean, Pandora can move up
Mhm.
in Raven spot, in my opinion,
Yeah.
depending on how much your team needs healing.
Yeah.
It always gonna depends on how how your team perform against the boss. Once again, it's like really level dependent.
Mhm.
Some people might do better with each rotation instead of this one or whatever. So it really, yeah, it really depends on your level,
Mhm.
characters, and investment in them.
Yeah. Uh, let me see. Any emblems for characters that really make a big difference? For example, Batman rank 30. That adds more fear.
Batman rank 30 is really awesome. Yeah,
Mhm.
I would definitely. I wouldn't say he's a prio because I mean, my character wise, I mean, Wonder Woman is definitely gonna be the first pick to get to 31st.
Mhm.
But I mean, I think I would say he's pretty much a close second.
Yeah.
Beside between him, Blue Beetle, and Green Lantern, I feel like yeah, he's up there.
Yeah. Uh, Zatanna to 30 is very nice outside of challenges, but mm, is there anything else you want to that I haven't touched upon that might help someone make a bigger score?
I mean, the best advice I can give is use your credit card, get active.
Yeah.
Beside that, I mean, just it takes time. Get your main characters up. Try to upgrade your gear as much as you can, badges as well. Do your
Mhm.
crisis and everything. Then your score just gonna go up slowly but surely. Takes time. Gotta be patient.
And everything we talked about, like putting the smartest characters in each position, moving gear around, seeming a lot. Is there some challenges that are better doing manual than to sim? I know the
Um,
first challenge
I
for
n-
me can help me to play it manually, but the other twice seem like crazy.
I never really did manual. Like, see, I don't want to sound lazy, but I'm low key lazy, so I just auto skip. Like, I don't want to see guy swinging his bat 150 times personally, so I just auto skip it. It does. I mean, it does fairly well so far.
All right.
I feel like
So, yeah.
orange.
Anything
I feel
last
like
before we
orange.
close? Yeah.
No, go on, go on, go on.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say before we close?
Um, I love taco.
Love you, Taco. Okay, so thank you for doing this. We're gonna link our Discord for Synergy at the description of the video. If you guys want to join, 2900 will also be there.